met a gypsy.
He's like, I'm one of the best at understanding that you have an issue and there's no way to work through it. So you have to work around it. He was like, he's like, everybody thinks just, okay, well, it's weak. Just lift more weights. Just do this, just do that. I'm like, dude, I'm doing everything I can. I got huge, everything except this arm. So,
no way.
Because the muscles, they just weren't, the nerves weren't letting
because
fire
it's basically just not sending signals to that.
So that's what, and two, once muscle atrophies to a certain point, it won't, it's just kind of gone. So I'm hoping it will come. Bro. I'm hoping it will come back. But I mean, I was making it work this year, but in my crash video, my left arm blows off whenever I crash. So that's it's a little bit of a problem. But that's what we just started talking about that, and then he was like, I'd like to help you out if you're interested. And I was like, honestly, I'm not really, but. Dude, screw it. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Like,
what have I got to lose?
Why not? Yeah. When I get back to riding, why not? What is a day at a turn track with you gonna hurt? Nothing. Why not? Let's do it. And that was kind of, I just left and I was just like, yeah, sure. Okay. We talked for a while and he wasn't the Rhino that he appears to be for sure. Like when you talk to him, like, I thought too, and he did used to be like this. He tells me, he's like, dude, I used to be a push through it type of guy.
Yeah.
There was a wall, I would run through it.
Yeah.
I would go harder and harder and harder. Okay, this is the problem. I need to go harder. I need to train more. I need to do this more, harder, faster, faster. Everything was more. And he's like, now I know that it's not always more. It's not, everybody just always assumes everything is more.
Yeah.
Is more. Okay, you got slow at the end of the moto. It's your fitness. You need to train harder.
Yeah,
you need to do this. You need to do that. It's always more. It's never. And he's like, so for the past few years, I've taken a step back and I've thought, well, maybe it's this over here is why. And then I've started to figure out it can be other things other than just I need to go harder. I need to go faster. I need to go longer.
Yeah.
It's not just always more. And that's what I've kind of had people telling me to do is like, before I started working with Rhino, like just like even Mitch and just guys on the team and stuff, just like, I think you need to do more.
Yeah, you're not doing enough.
Do this. And Rhino now is kind of a good enough, like Mitch and everything now after how the first couple rounds went training with him and everything. I think everybody trusts him enough that now if he's like, hey, like, I don't want Austin to go do motos with everybody else today because if he does that, he's gonna not focus on these technique changes that we need to make. He's gonna be worried about, oh, this guy's half a second faster than him, and he's gonna go back to his bad habits. So that's what he's been cool. Like Mitch has allowed me to kind of get away and go ride by myself some days, which he has been since Star kind of started that whole riding together thing. Like a lot of the teams like kind of are like, hey, everybody needs to ride together now. That's a whole deal now.
Crew, dude, we're going to the track as a crew.
Dude, it used to be like, I mean, James rode at his house. Ricky rode at his house. Chad rode at his house. And by themselves, no one else. Just them.
Well, they'd have Burner, Jason Thomas. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they'd have somebody else
on the track.
They just have rabbits.
But now it's like, oh, we need to do motos and we need to start bang, 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 bang. We need to do we need to be battling during the. Yeah. And so I don't know I know what changed. It was just that Star started winning a lot doing that training program. So now everybody thinks that we need to do that. But Rhino. And
then Alden kind of as well. Yeah. Like they've had that vibe going. Yeah.
But Rhino, now they trust him enough to kind of let him do. He's like, hey, we need to slow down, actually. He's one of the fastest guys almost every time he touches the track. Like practice.
I don't think speed's your problem.
No, that's what at first they were like, we still want him to kind of do what we think as far as like Mitch and the team. And then they started to see some progressiveness like just throughout the week and stuff and how I started to ride better and stronger and faster and better technique and stuff. And they were like, oh, this is actually looking like it's working. And now after winning the first race and pretty much winning the second race, they're definitely now they're like, okay, like you can, you want to go do this? We are going to allow that now because we see that like
there's some method to the madness.
There's a method to it. Yeah. So that's what Rhino really wasn't on my radar until I talked to him at Paul, and then I talked to him and I was like, you're not like, I thought of him as like a hard ass. Like I thought he was going to be like,
no, he's like
that.
a very
like
kind,
more, go,
Yeah.
harder. And he's not at all. Like he's like, well, have you ever thought about like slowing down and actually doing less? Like going out to the track and doing 130, not a warm up, 130-minute moto and leaving.
Yeah.
And being done for the day. And I was like, well, that's
not enough.
Not even close to enough.
Yeah.
Like I'm being told to do more, and I'm already riding like a warm up plus 230 plus twos. So like, and I'm being told to do more.
Yeah.
So like what and so yeah, he was actually like right up my like alley with what I thought I needed, because that was my thing. I was never really like, I need to do more. I was like, cause fitness has never really been my issue, and speed is never, on Supercross anyway, has never been my issue either. It's just that I get hurt all the time, so I need to fine tune technique stuff.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he said that he agreed with, and I was kind of surprised. I just thought that he would have said a bunch of other stuff, and I thought he would have said it in a way like, you have to do this, like you need to do it this way.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. He was like, well, he's like, there's a couple things I think you need to work on, but there's a number of ways we could go about working on those things. It's like, if you did this and you didn't like it, he's like, well, then we could try it this way, or we could try it this way. So he was like, he was super, super like, for whatever reason, I just thought Rhino was like, well, I thought it because he said, he was like, I used to be a hard ass. I used to be like, I'm gonna work harder than everybody. I'm gonna do more than you. If there's a wall, I'm gonna run through it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go. And he's like, that got me hurt a lot and no championships.
Yeah.
So he's like, that's where I kind of had to take a step back and be like, okay, maybe I need to just relax a little bit more and focus on more yoga and more this and more that and stuff like that. And he's like, that's whenever I started to see progress. And then he was like, just come to the track one day for a turn. He was like, if you don't feel any change that day, he was like, then we don't ever have to. He was like, I'll see you when I see you, and we're on no bad terms. We're fine. I was like, dude, whatever. Screw it. I need
it. I need anything.
It was literally like a 15-second turn track. I was like, we're here for this. I was like, we are here for this. Me and Tony both showed up, and we were like,
what the fuck?
We're here for this. This is like not even a backyard track. This is like it's nothing.
This is an outline of a pool.
This is this is small for a pit bike track. Like this is a tiny pit bike track. So, and then we were riding, and I felt the changes that he was having me make. Like I felt them in my riding, and I was like, okay. I was like, I feel what you're saying. So that's good. And I was like, can we tomorrow go to like a real track and do the same things and just let me see if this stuff translates to a real track? And then it translated to a real track. It was the same exact thing, another good day. And I brought Riley with me, and I had Charles come out, and I brought a bunch of guys out, like kind of
just like your
guys
crew.
In my circle.
Yeah.
And Gas and stuff like that. And I was like, hey, I was like, and Tony, and I was like, hey, I just want to make sure that he's not telling me this. And then I go out and he's like saying other stuff behind my back or whatever. Like this, he's being real. Like this is him. He's not putting on a front for me just to get me to pay him to train me, basically. And then they were all like, no, like the whole time you're riding, he's talking about you riding.
Yeah.
Like he's not, like he is focused on you. That is it. That is all he cares about. And he was
Which is an athlete, kind of, that's what you want, right?
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.